Well, hello and good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. For those of you that don't know, Light Art is a community-based organization acquired by Me Llamo Art, which is a nonprofit Web3 organization. And with me co-hosting, we have our teammate, Paul. Hello, Paul. And for those that don't know who's behind the voice, my name is Abrahani. You're welcome to call me Annie. Welcome, Paul. How are you?
Hey, how's it going? Happy Tuesday? It's Tuesday, right? Tuesday. Happy
Happy
Tuesday.
Tuesday. That's correct. So funny. So,
Oh, this is gonna be a fun day today. I'm excited to have these guys, these folks up with us. This is incredible. I can't wait to hear about this project. There's a lot happening here, so I'm super stoked to be involved in the conversation, but also just to listen and learn and yeah, that's it. That's it. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm so excited about this conversation. I think technology keeps pushing itself. It keeps pushing us to learn, to discover, to uncover a lot of great things. And so I'm really excited to speak with Big Floppa and, how he got involved with Web3 and all the things. And then we'll introduce Neura, and I'll have Big Floppa introduce the founders of that as well. And so it's going to be a fun conversation. And for those that are here and you want to share, that we are live so that, we can potentially have more people fill this room, that would be amazing. But, in the meantime, hello and welcome, Big Floppa. I really need to know the reason behind this name.
Hey, hello guys. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Oh, nice.
Welcome.
So, first of all, happy to connect with you guys. It was a pleasure to connect with you firstly in 24 hours of art. And now we are making this here together in this space. So really appreciate for invite. And let me introduce our team. So today we have Vronso. He is our main founder behind Neura and main visionary, and Bamboo. He is co-founder for Neura, and let them introduce themselves.
Yeah, hi everybody. Guys, thank you so much for having us today. It's such a pleasure to be here and to be able to talk about us, about art, and about the things that we are doing here. Yeah, I hope it will be great space and day for you, Tuesday, if it's just the beginning of the day. Yeah, my name is Vronso. I'm in this space for about, like, I guess, couple years since 2021. It's been a long time, kind of hard time to remember. Yeah, but basically, I started here as like being curious just in the technology itself, and eventually got really sucked into the art space. And yeah, we've been doing Neura for 2 years at least, and that's basically my main focus and what I'm here to talk about.
Great. Well, thank you. Welcome. We are so happy to have you both up here. And I think what we're going to do is we'll just kick off with a few questions. We'll prime the pump, and then we'll see as the audience grows. Have people come up and ask questions and talk a little bit more about specifically the projects that you guys are working on. Big Floppa, we're going to ask you the first question just to introduce yourself. Audience, I'm sure most of these people know who you are already, but we'd love to hear just who you are and what you're doing here.
Yeah, thank you. Happy to share with you, and thank you for the warm intro. So yeah, my name is BigFloppa, and I am in this space since 2021 too. Firstly, I was just being like in active trading mode, etc. And was not being actively participated in art space, but then in like the beginning of 2022, I came up to this art space. I saw a lot of great artists. I saw a lot of great and unique art collections, and new drops, etc., new ideas behind these collections, and I fell in love with everything related to the art. At the beginning, I was really fan of AI and early AI art, and that's why I also bullish on Neura, because, this is something, I really believe that Neura is completely new word, to the AI art space. And yeah, so my first steps, in this art space, was some pieces from my favorite artists like Photonist, Dead End, Delta Souls also. And by the way, these two artists was first off who we invited to participate in Memories. And yeah, that's pretty it about me in this space. And let Vronso tell you a little bit more about what we are doing and how we came up with the idea behind Neura and how we start this project.
Yeah. So, yes, like I said, we've been doing Neura for quite a while. And basically what we're trying to build is a decentralized autonomous artist. It's kind of like a self-conscious AI, and we're not trying to create just a tool or a platform. The artist that is controlled by AI and can create paintings and has its own understanding of art is what we really aiming to achieve. And it was a kind of journey, and we've been through different stages of both the AI market and the digital space itself. So yeah, Neuro kind of evolved and it been through different states. And to be honest, I kind of lost the question here. Yeah, Paul, if you can help me here.
Oh, that's okay. No, just a little bit to introduce
Oh,
yourself, who you are. We'll get into
sure, yeah.
Neura, and we just want to we just want to know who you are, the
Yeah,
person,
sorry. Okay.
before we.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, that's
again,
all good.
great, thank you. Yeah, again, my name is Vronso, and yeah, I think I was kind of passionate about art since I was kid, but at some point, I guess life changed the direction, and I studied finances. And when I graduated, I was able to work like in Web 2 and making a bit of digital products. But at some point, I kind of pivoted to making some designs for some companies. And I guess in 2020, there was an investor who like kind of approached me to bring his business to digital, and that's how me and Bamboo started working together. We kind of helped him do this, and by the end of this, I was like kind of free and exploring new opportunities, and that's when I got found out about NFTs. I think it was somewhere in like February 2021. I kind of remember it quite well because I read the first article and I scrolled through OpenSea, like being filled with different CryptoPunks and charities. And I just got excited of the technology and of it being able to like prove your ownership of digital assets. And I got really sucked so deep in the like OpenSea and how it's all working, and I started digging in. And then at some point, I just texted Bamboo like, "Man, we should try to do at least something, just something." And sometime after that, we started doing our project, and it was art project. We had the idea where the space at that time, it was like obsessed with CryptoPunks and making like 10K collections. And what we wanted back then is to make something kind of opposite, to make like really low supply and to create each token not by a code, not by an algorithm, but by hand, by real artist. So we kind of took the idea of like making something based off of CryptoPunks, but by real artists, and that's how we ended up with a collection where like there was each piece with its story, its own unique like references. And yeah, we kind of found a lot of people on this way. We met a lot of new friends and connections, and we understood who are those people who are buying those things, who are the people who are creating art and projects. And after that, we really knew quite well that we want to stay here for long, and that's we believe in technology, that it should be something bigger and more prominent. And we got like a really big and ambitious for ourselves back then idea about making something autonomous, self-conscious. And when we started like looking out for what else in the space, I guess that was the time when we meet Floppa, who was pretty active, and we found the common ground about art and decentralized artists. So I guess since that it was mainly about Neura and about making this work.
Such interesting. I know you unpacked a lot here about how you got started with Neura, and that it's an AI project that has a self-conscience. So I'm curious. There's so many questions floating in my head right now, and I want to gear back into the initiation where you started with Bamboo and BigFloppa with your Neura project, where it began as a interest out of a community of CryptoPunks. Is that correct? If not, you can explain. But I would love to start there. Like, what? Obviously, the technology draws us to learn and discover. There's a lot of creative but very brilliant minds, and clearly, you guys are one of them in joining in and creating something that's impactful. And so I want to uncover a little bit more about Neura and what exactly initiated this beginning, creating as an artist or creating for the tech or creating a tool for artists. What was the story behind that?
Oh, that's a really good question. And I think we definitely did not want to create a tool for an artist. We were aimed for providing like the end user, the owner, the holder, call it as you like. But we put ourselves on the place of people who eventually buy the thing and use it as more as an experience, not as a tool. I think it was mainly more about the whole experience and making something really like coherent and from the beginning to the end. So that I guess I don't know if you remember how it was, but I it's kind of hard for me to recall anything that was like a full experience from like you starting using some platform, maybe some website, some even game. I don't remember that it was a thing back then. So I think that's where we thought it would be a great thing, so that people like have a whole experience, I guess, like, I don't know, like a movie where you start watching it and you got excited, you feel emotions. Somebody like put their soul into this thing, and you experience different range of feelings and emotions. And that's the ultimate idea, that's the ultimate goal. And if art cannot achieve making you feel excited or making you feel anything, actually, it's kind of hard for me to understand what's the point of art. And the same thing works for us as well.
This is amazing. Really love the premise behind this. And so, the amazing thing about this space is how we've all like found each other, made community, some large communities, and then we all have these groups that inspire us, that hold us accountable to work together, or to just keep on creating even through times when it feels like it's not the greatest time for art. How has community with you guys, how has that helped shape the direction that you grew this project, or even just how you've grown together as a group here?
Yeah,
And that's open to Vronso or BigFloppa or Bamboo, whoever wants to, you guys, I would love to hear from each one of you about that.
yeah, if you guys don't mind, I'll just jump in and yeah, Bamboo Floppa, if you want, you'll adapt, because that's the most recent thing that we had, the like how community influenced us. I think that the community and their involvement, and especially the blockchain technology that allows it, is the thing that changed direction at some point for Neura as a whole. And yeah, I start with Neura, and I'll add some things about how it, I guess, influenced my own perception. So we, at some point when the whole space started developing and it brought more people into it, and there were more and more projects that utilize different mechanics, and like we basically saw that a community can influence the result, it can influence the project. So we got an idea in our mind that community can train Neura. It can direct basically Neura itself. And first of all, that's when we made like the main adjustment to the whole project, where everybody who owns a piece like Neura can guide it to get paintings in some direction. That's the first thing, and that's how Neura will work when it will be launched. And the second thing is the recent event that we ran. It was called Collective Mind, where everybody could upload their own initial work, and Neura took this work and applied different styles, new plots, etc. And everybody from Neura community got they co-created painting with Neura, and then we trained Neura basically on all of those works that people uploaded, and Neura created new ones, and we trained Neura on those works. So now Neura leans more towards the results that it got on this event, basically. Yeah, and for myself, I think that's the thing that I'm always looking, both in different projects, even if they are art projects, because I want to feel my own impact on something. I want to feel that my actions actually matter, and I think that kind of tweaked in both good way and bad way, tweaked my perception of like how a project on blockchain should work. Yeah, Bamboo, if you have anything to add, I know you got a lot on your mind about the
What's
recent
up?
event.
Yeah, what's up, everyone? Do you hear me? Can you hear me, guys?
Yes, welcome,
Oh,
Bamboo. Thank
finally,
you. Thanks for
finally.
coming up.
Thank you for having us. I'm so sorry. Had some issues with X. Really hate Elon for this. So yeah, I'm super happy to be here. And yeah, just my cents on how community, being in the communities influenced us. You know, it's been, community is been a really hot word, and the key points of everything happening in this space. But the feeling that I've got after time is that community still lack of involvement and engagement with what's going on with the project itself, any project that you have in this space. So yeah, they've been like the key narrative of the whole things are going on, but they were not involved in it. So that was really triggering us, and we thought about giving community more power to influence the ecosystem they are in. So that's how we came up with the idea of fractionalizing the Neura and giving this power of AI creativity to every holder to let them create and shape the final version of the collection that they will have. So that's one of the things that really influenced us after a while of being in the communities. And basically, it basically comes down to the collective experiences for us, because community involvement is really important in shaping the project. And the whole focus, we got the whole focus on it, like after all the time being in the communities. So that's like my 2 cents on how community influenced us. And yeah, I guess, yeah, I covered the main thing. Thank you.
Great. Bamboo, thank you so much for coming up, and for participating in that. Annie, you have any questions
Yeah,
regarding how the infusion of this into the community? Love to hear it.
absolutely. I think community is it's empowering what you guys are doing. In your collective with Neura. I mean, the only reason I knew about Neura is through Big Floppa, and when the release of the project, he reached out. Through a community, 24 Hours of Art with Roger Dickerman. And so I feel that community has impacted spreading the word of what you guys are doing, and also connecting projects such as Quick Create. And you have several projects on your Neura homepage. Voting wise, I didn't understand 100%, and so I had to like ask Big Floppa several times, because I feel like I still don't quite understand how Neuro works. But with 24 Hours of Art, we were trying to build something special for the community. So Big Floppa, if you would like, please jump in and share exactly what that project was. And then we were sharing to create something, and then we had to vote. And so I would love your input here, Big Papa, with that project, because then I believe you have other communities that are doing something very similar. And so, Big Papa, please share with us the project, the challenge that you extended to our community.
Yeah, sure. Thank you for this great question. But first of all, to understand the idea and the concept of this event, I need you. I need to explain in simple words how Neura works. So, Neura is AI decentralized autonomous artist that we have built, and as Vronso said, it's not a platform or a technology. It's an artist itself. And what it means that we have built and trained an architecture of neural networks that can create paintings automatically without any human intervention at all. And Neura also has its own understanding of what art means. And now Neura works completely independently, but the main idea behind Neura is not to just create an artist, but to let the community own this artist. So what we did next, we took that mind of Neura and fractionalized it into many independent pieces. All of these pieces are sharing a collective vision of Neura, and each owner will be able to curate or his own artist of this piece of Neura. But that's the main concept and mechanic behind Neura. But now we are launching memories. So what memories is? Memories is our first collaborative art drop from Neura as an artist. For this drop, Neura collaborated with 6 others legendary artists like Delta Souls, Red Room, Colahon, Eating Crows, Four, and Baka Arts. So the idea behind memories is simple: to let people try Neura, to let people see the possibilities of Neura, and to showcase the mechanism of paintings, the mechanism behind Neura as well. So the mechanism of paintings behind memories is pretty interesting. We believe that any creativity starts from a human soul, and each of works in each of paintings in memory is like some kind of memory, something emotional thing from our artists, and how it works. So in memories, we want to capture both human experiences and AI interpretation of art, bringing something unique to the art space. So each artist made one piece of art, and then Neura applied one of 7 different styles with its own unique plots, subjects, and all tied to the same concept with paintings. So each painting in memories is a combination of 2 things. First one is called an initial artwork from our artists whom we partnered with. It's literally an artwork from them, and in this one artwork, our artists tried to capture all of their vision, all of their thoughts, all of their emotional ideas behind their works, behind their paintings, behind their collections. And the second thing for paintings is Neura's creativity. So in 2 words, Neura takes one of these initial artworks and then creates something new, keeping its soul but applying new styles. And with that idea, we thought about how we can engage with the community, not just to let people mint memories and get one of the pieces into wallet, and that's it. We wanted to fairly distribute free mint spots for community, but we also wanted to let people try Neura themselves. So that's why we came up with our event that has already ended, event called Collective Mind. And I let Bamboo continue about this event. He will clarify how that worked. Bamboo, if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure. So as Floppa said, the concept is having an input from the human artist, right? And we decided to let the whole community experience the creative process of Neura, so they will understand the product better, and they will understand the influence they will have on the collection firsthand. So we decided to have an event where people will be able, like we call it, like in the kitchen, we call it a community training phase. We allowed the community to upload their paintings, their drawings, and we made the entry barrier so low so everyone could upload anything super minimalistic, like any brushes, anything. The main point was just to encapsulate the emotion they wanted to bring to the Neura. So it will take it and create something new from it. And we were really happy to see so many people participated. They were uploading different paintings. Some people uploaded the paintings they were creating, like back in time they were doing art. Some people took the pencil, just opened the, any drawing tool for the first time, because of this event. And, they were sharing all these experiences behind creating and uploading this piece with us, that it was really inspiring and empowering us to finish, and bring this concept to the certain point of when people will be amazed. And yeah, that was the whole concept of the event. So people uploaded paintings, drawings, and now they got their own collaborative pieces with Neura as a memory of participating in this experiment, in this starting this journey. And later on, we will of course distribute rewards among all the participants. And the thing Floppa was offering to the community, you were talking about, is we had like these event was of two parts. Like it was community contest and partner contest. So I already disclosed everything was what was going on for community part. And for the partner communities, we wanted to encapsulate the spirit and the vibe of the community in one piece. And then people were able just to vote for the best result, the best capture of the community vibe that we got in the list. So that was the idea. And I guess technically it was everything about that, but it really was mostly about the experiences and about touching the Neura. So we wanted people to experience everything themselves.
I have pinned to the top some of the contests and the contest winners, but you did a community gallery featuring 200 and
Oh yeah,
ever.
sure. Yeah, of course. I'm so sorry. I forgot about the main thing. It's about it's about capturing the whole event, the impact and the involvement of each person. So we came up with a community gallery where you can see every person participated and his output, the piece and all the pieces they got. So that was the finalizing stage of collective experience that we got in Collective Mind. Yeah.
It sounds so fun. And you have posted that you had judges, and within those judges there were people oh gosh, I posted it up here now. I have to go back. Very exciting to see how the community rally around to create these artworks. And you did a walkthrough of how to do that with your posting, and you found the artworks in one location. I just think it's very interesting how you rally up community around this, and then you did a contest to draw attention, but to bring people together and to learn more about how to use Neura, which I think is very interesting as a collaboration between AI and the community around, right? Because it's you input an artwork and then Neura outputs its thoughts, correct?
Exactly. It was literally a collaboration between community and AI. Literally. Yeah.
Which I think is so exciting. I think we're living in an age where we're learning how to live with AI, right? It's as a natural world, right? Where we input ChatGPT and we're talking to ChatGPT to output and help us with things. And then now here you guys created something very interesting, is inputting art and letting this version of AI output their version of what you put in. And I think it's so interesting. Very cool. At this time, if you're in the audience and you want to ask questions about Neura specifically and how to introduce that into your artwork or how to use it, this would be a great opportunity to learn more how artists could put this to work. And so I'm going to ask, any of you can answer. How do you think an artist, I'm a photographer, I'm a lens-based artist. How do you think a lens-based artist, could use Neura, as an output or a different source, to create?
Yeah, I think I can cover it if you don't mind, Bamboo. I think that for an artist, there are two ways that you could use Neura for, I don't know, maybe for inspiration, maybe for finding new ideas or seeing how it interprets your works. The first way is we partner with some artists. Some of them Floppa already mentioned, like Delta Sauce and Red Room 4, etc. And what we did, we trained Neura to recognize their style. So Neura, when it creates artworks, can like draw the inspiration from those artists and create a painting that resembles their style. So that's the first way, is letting Neura to learn your style and to try to reinterpret your style on the concept that Neura works with initial works, etc. And the second way is for you to create an initial work, for you to like give your input to Neura, and Neura will create paintings based on your initial work, using it like a seed, I guess. You can think of it as a seed, yeah, for creating multiple works on different styles and with different plots. And each time Neura will do this, it will try to keep some important things that Neura thinks are important in your initial work. And Neura tries to keep them visible, so every time you see the result, you will be able to like recognize the initial work. So yeah, I guess that's are two ways for an artist to interact with Neura.
This is fascinating to me. I love the fact that something like AI, that it seems like it's like a love it or hate it type of situation. How we're using this as artists to inspire, to expand our levels of creativity, and we're partnering with a tool that maybe brings our art to a completely different level. Um, yeah, I'm blown away by like the thought that has gone into this, and yeah, I'm really, I would love to know if you can speak to it while we're waiting for people to come up. I don't know. Maybe my thing is glitching, but it doesn't look like we have anybody coming up, so I'm just going to ask a question. Um, um, of how did this start? How how is this how is this here now? But where was this planted? Where it was like, hey, let's figure something out how to use this. I'd love to just hear that, just a little bit of that origin story.
Yeah, yeah, that's a question that I hear very rarely, and actually, I'd really love to talk about it. Yeah, but please don't judge me. It will take, I guess, a few pauses, because I'll need to recall some parts. But I remember when I guess there were some projects like hash masks. I don't think if you remember it. It's really, really old, something from 20, I guess 19 or something like this. And they got a collection. It was like 8K pieces, just PFPs. But at some point, they're either announced or they already implemented a thing where you could, I think, some sort of rename your PFP, and that PFP could give you another PFP based on how you rename it. Something like this. I could be wrong already. But like for me, the idea that you got some sort of I don't know, like a node, a generator that you kind of control, but you kind of not control, is what's fascinating. Because I believe that the like most influential emotion and most valuable emotion for humans is amazement, is a feeling of surprise. Because on during that brief moment, brief like second, when you are truly incredibly amazed, when your expectations are twisted and something unexpected really happened, you forget about everything. You forget about your problems. You forget about all other aspects and subjects, and you are just in the moment. And that's how those two things got combined, and we got an idea that we kind of want to build a machine that aims to constantly amaze you. And to execute on it, you have to keep in mind that you kind of can control it. You need to let people kind of control it, but still there should be some part of unpredictability and letting the output being unexpected for people. And I think some projects started to appear with something similar. There was Botta, but Botta was not like decentralized. People just voted for the best output, and that's when we like thought, oh, maybe the best way to achieve this is making an AI that creates paintings, because like it's a visual aspect, and the whole process can be seen by a holder. So when we started doing this initially, we got an idea of blending styles, because AI in 2021, and especially like visual models, it was something different at all, like not the things that you see. And I remember quite well Midjourney at this state, and it was really like really different thing, and the outputs were a whole different level. And yeah, the idea was to just blend styles, to like make something that blends the most unexpected styles together. But when we started doing this, it felt kind of limiting and not too engaging for us. And it was, I guess, half of a year of just like raw developing and trying to make the whole system work. It was like a half of a year of failing and trying to redo this. And I think it was just by some attempt, the idea to like kind of guide it with styles, with direction, with the initial works. When we kind of combined all this together and we tested it, and the result was something that we really felt should be in the end. So I guess that's kind of how it all started.
I love that idea, that the premise of like there's nothing more memorable than being shocked or in awe of something, and you know it really coincides well with the idea of memories, which I love, because like the most important memories that we have are the lasting impressions. Sometimes may not be the greatest memories, but they are strong, and there's a link emotionally to what this memory means, what it meant to you, how you've evolved as a person, as a human being, how you've evolved as an artist, all of these things that you guys are considering, and then training something to interpret that and then apply different styles. I'm yeah, I really am fascinated by this. Thank you for sharing those insights. Annie, you have any questions? I don't know. I'm like, I can't believe this.
Yeah,
This is
I'm
incredible.
fascinated about the thought behind it. I think creative minds, tech creative minds can push our limit of what we could do here with the Web3 especially, but also how an artist can input some of their tech and output. I'm very curious about how did you come up with partnering with 20 prominent communities for your contest? If you want to share about that. I pinned it to the top here so that we have a reference, but you've partnered with large communities that are active here and are making an impact in how we move forward in Web3. And so I would love to know your thought behind that. Um, like the reasoning behind the impact, like partnering with them creates a definite impact for what you guys are building, but what's the thought behind it and how did that come up? Did it just come up like, oh, we need to partner with people, or did you have something already planned in mind for this project?
Yeah, sure. That's a great question, honestly. And yeah, we already had something in mind, as you say. We had the whole concept of the on the contest for the community, and we decided why not to make the collaboration between communities more engaging and like really interesting. Because for like 3 years I've been in the space, most of like like 99% of collabs of partnerships were really like just simple distribution to the community, and that's it. Like there was no any participation from the community, and at the same time you can't request the participation from every community member and etc. But at the same time you need their spirit and vibe tied to the event where you partner with them. So we thought that it will be really a great idea if we can onboard communities through a really like engaging way. And the thing that we did with the communities you see on the list is not just getting the piece from them to represent them as a on the contest, but in most of these communities we had a Discord channel where participants were sending their input, providing like pieces they have to then be chosen to represent the community. So we gave this opportunity to the community to be community members to represent their community where they've been like for a long time, and to make it in an interesting way and in a creative way. And if there are any like concerns or thoughts about the amount of the community that we got in the partner contest, like the 20, what's the number? It's just it's just about the limitations that we have due to the pretty wide community, and like we have to distribute fairly and transparently. And we saw the contest where like the contribution of each community will be transparently displayed and then rewarded accordingly, will be a fair way to distribute the spots. So we did it, and like we made this leaderboard where like people were voting, and like the whole action people need to do is like it was just to vote for the best artwork they see. And this contribution was like the first step in their involvement in the partnership. And the second one, of course, is the uploading the piece. And we saw a lot of people like from this community. Most of the people were from these communities who were uploading the pieces. And yeah, we chose these certain communities. Just it was a simple principle. We just were building for quite a long time, and like all these communities and people from these communities were supporting us along the way, and we decided to give them this opportunity to have this this experience, and to have like more privilege, more opportunities to get in because they were supporting us. So that's the main point here.
That's amazing. As one of a community member who participated in an input, but then also I feel that I'm learning as I'm growing that tech is ever growing, ever developing. How cool it is to integrate it with people that are already in different communities. I think what you guys are doing is fantastic. How cool it is to interject with your art in these other communities. To introduce them to something that's new. But I think it's fantastic what you guys are doing. Thank you so much for sharing. Did you or Floppa, Big Floppa, or any of you, Bamboo, you're as welcome to share any last thoughts. Vronso, if you have any last thoughts here in this space about your project or what you're working on or the future.
Yeah, if the guys, thank you. And but if you guys don't mind, I'll start.
Yeah, of
First of
course.
all, thank you for hosting it. That's a really rare event when we can openly talk about ourselves and our own experiences. And I really love your personal approach to this. Thank you again. It's a pleasure always to be here. And I guess the closing thoughts about what we are doing is the thing like that community contest and those events is kind of what we're trying to implement in our community building process, is to let everybody, even from different communities, freely and openly to participate in some fun events where you don't have to like have any requirements, just your own bravery, your own imagination, and your own willingness to be here. And we want to provide such people with experience, with something fun. And sometimes I see that people in space kind of forget about it, about the fact that we all want to feel something. We're people. We want to have sometimes fun. We want to be amazed and shocked in a good way. And that's what our community is trying to be about, to letting people have those emotions and to provide people with some free, engaging contests, events. And that's the thing that will be happening in the nearest future. And meanwhile, we have a mint of our drop. So everybody who's interested, feel free to reach out to us and to follow Neura for more news. And thank you again.
Yeah, if you don't mind, I'll go next. So, first of all, I really appreciate you for having us here and for giving us this opportunity to talk with our community. And thank you for hosting this and digging into really interesting topics. The follow-up questions were really great, and personal appreciation to you for participating in the community contest. It was really a great input, and we highly appreciate that. And the last things I wanted to say is that just stay tuned, because we will have a mint announcement pretty soon with all the details. When will mint take place, the time and dates, everything you need to know. And yeah, here I see a lot of faces from our community. So yeah, they were waiting for this announcement like today, but yeah, you'll need just to wait for a little bit and it will be live. So thank you very much, everyone who attended, and thank you for hosting this.
Yeah, I will just double all the kind words that have been said. And thank you for having us. It was a pleasure to talk with you guys. Really appreciate invite, and looking forward to see you all in memories and in Neura after it. And just remember that Neura is about experience.
This is great. Guys, thank you so much for your time, for and for sharing what you've been working on, what you're passionate about. I think that's something that we overlook from time to time, is that although there may be a space about something we don't quite understand, you never know where we're going to get inspiration from. And I'm inspired by the level of thought and the level of care and how your desire to engage the community uh, with Neura and with art to help expand this movement has been really wonderful to learn about today. So thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. With that, I'll just hand it off to Annie. And yeah, again, it was a real pleasure, gentlemen. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. For those that came and attended and listened and you want to give it a try, please follow these guys and follow Neura. Check out the amazing work that they're doing. Stay tuned, of course. Here at Light Art, we're a community, a member of Mijamo Art Foundation, but our community is focused on empowering artists, inspiring collectors, and building community. And so I'm so grateful that we were able to hear from, a group of bright minds that are building community in their own way, teaching us and inspiring us, like Paul said, in new tech. I'm very grateful to hear what you guys are doing and your passion. Paul, you were right on. I think the passion that comes out of their work and what we heard today was very inspiring. And for those that are in other kind of art and tech, the encouragement I take away from this is just keep building, keep creating, keep exploring. I think that's the biggest thing. And we're in Web3 where I think our time here is about exploration and discovery. And so I'm so grateful to hear from all of you. Thank you so much, Big Floppa, for the opportunity. Thank you so much, Vronso and Bamboo, for joining us and being a part of this conversation. For everyone that joined us, we're so grateful for you. Thank you for being a part of our community. And with that, we'll let you guys have an amazing Tuesday. We wish you the best, and we hope you stay in touch. Stay tuned for next week's artist. Next week is a painter, but also a digital artist. I'm very excited to hear from her next week. But stay tuned for our space next week. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us.